time.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here for the Great Wall of Comics. It's Slabber Day. It's Saturday, and that means it's time for OnlySlabs. I'm back, baby, and with me, ready to ride this thing all the way to the ground or into the sky or whichever way we're going to go, my man, Chris, the comic vet. How the hell are you, sir?
Good.
I truly enjoyed my visit to your pleasant country for the 8 hours I think I was there. Phenomenal weather, I must say. I applaud you all. If only all your weather was that way.
Well said. Well said. If we all
for those that don't know, I was. Sorry, go ahead.
We'll say for all of us, if we could manage to live on the left side of the Rockies, the weather might be nicer. However,
yeah, sometimes yeah. Anyways, last week, no show. I was away. I was on a cruise on a vacation with my wife, and we stopped by Calgary. No, not Calgary. Vancouver. That's where we went. Vancouver. Yes.
Are you sure?
I know. I can identify provinces.
Vancouver or Vancouver Island?
Well, it was just said Vancouver, but it was like, I don't know, where the hell those cruise ships come into port.
Okay. Wasn't Victoria.
No, I've been to Victoria.
You've been to Victoria.
I've been to Victoria. I've been to Prince Rupert, and now I've been to Vancouver.
Okay. Yeah, those are all three places that I have yet to visit.
All three of them are places that Princess ports their ships.
Oh.
Anyways, we have a guest with us today. Now, you and I had talked about who was coming on with us. We were originally going to have Basement for You Comics, who basically did a paperclip challenge and got himself a Hulk 181. So if you were tuned in for that, I apologize. Unfortunately, his daughter plays lacrosse, and they're in a championship game, and it got rescheduled, and so it was got rescheduled for like smack dab in the middle of our show. And he was asking if we would flex the show. And of course, everybody knows I'm super inflexible when it comes to OnlySlabs. So we set up the bat signal, and from across the pond, one of my favorite YouTubers, ladies and gentlemen, Triple G Comics. Pete, welcome back to OnlySlabs.
I'm excited. This is one of my favorite shows. No, sorry, this isn't one of. This is my favorite show on the YouTubes. So I'm so pleased to be back.
Your check is in the mail.
Tremendous. Yeah. So no, I love this show, guys. So very pleased to be back.
Well, we're going to get back to you here in just a second. We do, though. YouTube law requires us to play Romper Room. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all of my friends have fun at play?
Well, Robert Monroe Jr. is here to say, Happy Slabber Day! Heroes for Hire Comic Club, Slabber Dabber Doo! Marty Alechko dropping that 28-month member notice there. Happy Slabber Day from Canada, everyone. Thank you so much for your continued membership and support of the show and Comics Curing Cancer, as he drops that $2 super chat, say Judo Chop Cancer's ass. I like Judo Chop. I need to get that one as a clip. That's great. Good idea. Judo Chop. We'll remind everybody as the scroll is going down below. If you're watching this on the replay, this is the point where you just look at the description, the top line now, hit that skip to button. You can bypass all our saying hello and all these super chats, or sit back and watch it and take a break for a bit, whichever you'd rather. I have comic issues. Hello, everyone, and hello to you. Jay knows the way. Serp, little ones.
That was a typo.
Serp.
That was a typo.
Okay. Oh, sup. Probably sup little. Yeah. Okay.
I like syrup. That's good.
Catman Comics Man. I like syrup. I mean, I don't know. I was just in Canada. Maybe it was a syrup little one. I don't know. Hello, Catman Comics Man says hello, happy Slabber Day and super duper slabba dabba doo. Slabber Day, zoinks. It's a great day, Rob and Chris at Rob's Fat Stacks and Chris at the Comic Vet. Hello. Thank you so much. Chris Bell, the UK crown prince of YouTube. All hail Triple G. He's a Geordie Gold. Is that now you're no longer a ginger Geordie geek? Now you're just Geordie Gold?
I'm bronzing, I think.
As the silver comes in, it kind of dilutes it and kind of
But it's good. It's distinguished, isn't it?
Maybe
it's distinguished.
Maybe now it's kind of rusty.
Yeah, it's like I've got the Reed Richards stripe
out in the rain too long. It gets rusty, so now you've oxidized and you're getting rusty.
I'm not drinking enough iron brew or eating cheesy Watsits enough. That's what happens, and then your powers diminish. Do you know what I mean? That's what goes on. Yeah.
See, you heard it here first. You didn't know, guys. Gingers have special powers.
We do. Yeah.
They've been hiding. They've been claiming they're the ones who are actually behind the rumor of no soul. In reality, it's to hide the fact that they have superpowers.
That's a true rumor, you know, that will have a layer less of skin. What? Yeah,
I know. Happy Slabber Day, Henchman and Goon Squad from Stephen C., also a member for 28 months. Mad Spidey comes in and says, "Let's freaking go!" as he drops that $7.99 Australian super chat. Thank you so much, sir. This one's for you. Dead Man Comic Cover Show drops a £2 super chat, says Happy Slabber Day, and we thank you, sir, with this one.
I bet she gives great helmets.
Kiss me. No. Lord helmet, black. You're needed on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
The real James Willie, not that fake James Willie, says morning and afternoon all. Brian Barrick swinging by to say good day all. L Green Machine makes an appearance to say hello. Mr. Comics 89, hey all, 21 days before I deploy to Korea. Well,
Nice.
3 more weeks. In 5 weeks, we're going to be deployed to North Carolina. But not quite the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Cat fan and Comics Man saying hello to some more folks, and then bam, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Von Hoot swings on by and flaps on by to say happy Slabber Day, kids. Cancer is still the worst. It is, and well, as I say every week, there's always a Brit who finds it.
That beautiful bean footage.
Derek Neiman swinging by says hello. Let's see who else stops by. Phil Alien stopping by. He says hello. Let's see here. He's close to you. Yeah.
James is out on that left coast. Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Timothy PJR. Hello all. Cliff on Comics, member for 14 months, says happy Slabber Day. Sends his love. Thank you, sir. Bat Dan. Happy Slabber Day, folks. Triple G flying the flag for UK geeks. Whoop, 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 whoop. Kenneth Bird. Hi to everyone here today from Virginia. Lone Eagle. Happy Slabber Day. Let's see. Joffrey Castro. Hello, gentlemen. Let's see here. Danny Hughes. Hello, gentlemen. And Chris.
What just happened? What?
Triple J loves the Jay knows the way, says he loves the accents. Mad Spidey drops another $2.99, an extra one for the dodgy porn.
Does that say porn or palm?
Palm. Dodgy palm.
Oh. Well,
Where did your mind go there, Rob? That
I
was
know,
interesting, wasn't it?
but hey, Mad Spidey, how about some dodgy porn?
You know, I'm very conflicted about how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
That was pretty good.
Brian LCS, hello all. Hello to you. Let's see here. He says you're a silver-haired fox.
Yeah.
ABZ Comics, evening all. Greetings from Scotland. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you there. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, Governor.
At least you threw the stupid governor on there, not me. Thank God. Taylor Winder, the king of all nerds, swings by to say, "Hey, nerds." Dead Man drops a 22 member chat. Best interviewer on YouTube, our Peter.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. Ronnie Johnson drops that $3.33. There's Secret Wars, but today it's Storage Wars. Fair enough. This one's for you, sir.
That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
Papa Willie swings by and says, "Canada sucks," and Brett screwed Brett.
Now,
talking wrestling.
I'll let you say Canada sucks. That's fine, but don't say anything about Bret Hart. Like that's too far.
He's the national treasure.
Too far, man.
Here you go, Papa.
Play his clip.
Cat Fan Comics Man says, "Hey,
Oh.
I guess I'll donate this week too." By the way, yeah, if you're wondering about why is everybody doing all these super chats, 100% of this goes to Comics Curing Cancer, the charity that we run, or I help run, that benefits the American Cancer Society. 100% of this channel's revenue, ad revenue, super chats, everything, and memberships. So if you're not a member, now's a good time to think about it. You can be like these cool cats that are on here with me today. So anyways, thank you very much, Cat Fan Comics Man. So $10. Chris has to point to the TV 14 DLS for us. So here you go. This one's for you, sir.
Free refills with that?
Hector T swings by, says he's excited for this one. I mean, the fact that James has that Pete has, there's a typo, I'll fix it for you, has uncanny one slabbed in the background and maybe not his stack to show off. He must have some great stuff. It's true.
Yep.
So let's see. Super Cracker 1016. Good afternoon, guys. Ideal Lamore. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Let's see here. And yeah, hashtag dodgy porn. That's the next new URL, dodgy porno. Eddie from the Batcave stopping in quickly to say hi. It's my grandson and his father's birthday. Gotta go have fun. How interesting is that? Have your son, and yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Says, "Oh, sorry, Peter. I'm getting old. My apologies." No problem. We've all been there. And in his defense, I mean, all you British guys are all the same, right?
We're all the same. We're all the same.
Yeah, basically interchangeable.
Yeah.
Dan's Comic Corner. Hello.
Glad you said interchangeable. I thought you were going to say interbred. That's a whole different conversation.
No. That's the American Appalachians. Let's see here. Dr. Who is fine. We all get Peter and James muddled. So they start bickering. All right. Very cool. I think we got through the chat there. We got through the super chats perfectly on time. We can stop that. And we'll throw this one up now. You can follow. Oh, that what? I edited that. Now I got to re-edit it. It didn't save. Ah, dang it. Well, I'll do that in a second here. Well, let's bring our man here to the main stage. Let's make him big, and then we'll move Chris and I over here, and we will say to you, sir, first of all, again, thank you for coming on. And it's important to, before we get started showing these books, we want to know a little bit about your comic book origin story. You know, that day that, and I'm trying to come up with a superhero to go off of the top of my head. I can't really think of one. That you were walking down the street and a truck full of chemicals got into a car accident. You got hit with chemicals and blinded, but gained super senses. Tell us about that day, sir. How's that?
Yeah, I remember it well. So I started collecting crikey when I was just a young man, some 40 years ago, maybe. Started off with British, UK-based comic books, which for those of our American and Canadian friends who are watching, Australian friends, are basically reprints and bigger versions of your comics, and I'm going to show one of those later on. That just started a lifelong passion into comic books, and I've never looked back. I have, like most adult collectors, I think, I've had breaks in service, shall we say, where I've had to take a few years off to raise children and things like that, and I restarted collecting maybe it's about 5-6 years ago, and went hard at it, I have to say. But I'm just, you know what, I'm just a nerd, I'm just a geek. I love my nostalgia stuff. I do YouTube for a while now, and much like you guys, I do it because I love it. I do it because I just like talking to other people about comics and things like that. For your viewers, guys, I am what's called a Geordie, which is my regional dialect from Newcastle. So if you cannot understand us, just stick the subtitles on, and it'll try its best to work out what the hell I'm saying, you know. But yeah.
It's all right. Half the time they can't understand what I say either, but that's fine too.
I will translate for the both of you.
Good. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's get into what we came here for, and that is comics. What are you going to start us off? Whetting our beak. What's the first book you're going to share with us today?
So this is, as you mentioned, my second time on the show, and the first time I showed a lot of my big heavy hitter books, like some of the ones I've got behind us. So I'd recommend people go and check that one out because there's a lot of keys in that one. So I've tried to go a bit different this time. So I'm hoping, I mean, I watch your show every week, but I'm hoping there's a few here that you might not have had on before.
No,
Last time we did the show, I started off with what probably is the best book in my collection, an absolute banger, which I think is an undiscovered gem, which is, of course, the masterpiece that is Thunderstrike issue 1.
Oh, yes.
Phenomenal, you know. And I thought, how do I top that? So I've gone for one of the books that I think got me into Brute Force, Rob. Got that signed recently. It's superb. Better than Brute Force. We'll go.
Wow.
Quasar. Quasar, Wendell Vaughn.
Calm down, Pete, man. Like, we want people to last the entire length of the show.
Sorry. I've peaked.
They're going to leave us.
I've peaked too early. Story of my life. No, so this is Quasar number 1, 9.6 CGC. This is personal to me because, like I say, I collected comics, the American kind of the British version, and then when I was maybe it's about 10 or 11, I discovered a monkey. Do you say monkey in America? Monkey, is that a word you guys use?
Not really.
No, monkey means like a dirty old grotty kind of.
Oh, I got it. I know the meaning, but I mean,
yeah, it's great. Okay, so I found
it's not in our common vernacular.
Yeah. Found this shop, and it was selling comic books, American comic books, for I think it would be like 20 cents a figure, a book. So I just bought loads, and I had pretty much the entire run of Quasar, and I just fell in love with it. I'd never heard of the character, never wanted to read the character, but I just absolutely fell in love with him. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is basically, let's be honest, Marvel's version of Green Lantern. He's got the quantum bands, can create constructs using energy and things like that, and criminally underused character.
Getting a lot of love in the chat here.
Let's do it bright and early. Pete, would you mind reading us what's on the right side of the blue label, please?
It says, Origin of Quasar, Nick Fury and Tony Stark appearance. Superb. He's even got a headband. Look at that, man. You cannot get better than that.
It was the 80s. It was hot.
It's the 80s. You see, I just said
words
that.
hurt.
I said you can't get better than that. but you can, guys.
Here we go.
You can.
Timo Hana stops in real quick. He wants to drop this $10 super chat.
nice.
Mahalo. Get those buttons smashed. Thank you so much for that, sir. We're going to go ahead and, you know what? I'll go ahead and give you this one, sir. Where is it? Where is it? Damn it. Here it is.
Hello? That's not what it looks like.
There you go. And the Adventurous Joe says he just got back from watching Thunderbolts for the 5th time. Loving this movie. Hi to everyone. Go see Thunderbolts or The Void will come for you. I haven't seen it yet. I am going to go see it, though, tomorrow. I do have
Good for you.
tickets already, so that's set. All right. Actually, I originally bought tickets by mistake for right now, but that wasn't going to happen, obviously. So fortunately, I was able to reschedule, return them and get my money back and reschedule. Anyways, Pete, back to you, sir.
So I said we couldn't top Quasar number 1. You've bound to have had this one on.
Probably not, but, you know, we'll try.
Huh?
Yeah. There we go. Look at this.
Bit of Darkhawk. I think this guy gets a lot of rubbish, you know. I think Darkhawk's a cracking little read. And again, this is from, you know, when I first got back into comic books. The guy's got like Iron Man armor, Wolverine claws, repulsor in his chest kind of thing. Just a great character. And again, he's kind of vanished into obscurity a little bit, hasn't he? Which is a bit of a shame. But
He got a little bit of a bump not too long ago. People were like, for whatever reason, people got all super hot and excited over him. Again, it was like, what's going on?
But
He had a little limited series in the last 5 years, right? But yeah.
Yeah, I think during the kind of, is it War of Kings and things like that?
Right.
The cosmic stuff, they made the fraternity of raptors and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the original's the best. The original's the best.
Great character.
Yeah. Okay.
Ducking Futt says that I'm supposed to refresh and get new clips because we've seen them all now.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
I'll put it on my list of things to do.
Yeah, add it to the list. Okay, so I mentioned that you guys will recognize this cover, I've no doubt, but the size is different. So this is a like most things in England, ours is much bigger than yours.
just like the country, so much bigger.
Yeah, we're much bigger.
They're bigger.
Yeah.
They're big. Hey, I don't know if you know this, Chris, but they're bigger than both of our countries combined.
We are. Absolutely.
What?
This is probably one of the first books I remember buying from a newsagent. Because you've got to remember, when I was a kid, we didn't really have comic book stores like you guys had.
Well, we didn't have them when I was a kid either.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe there was a handful, but
yeah,
it was mostly newsstands.
And like all English comics, or a lot of English comics, they come with free gifts. Again, something I don't think you guys have. So you get stickers on them, or you get lollies.
If this is the one I think it is, I'm going to hate you.
Well, I showed you last time. I showed you Transformers number 1, didn't I?
Yes.
Which was the UK version. I've still got that, but that was signed by Peter Cullen. This is one of my favourite series of all time. This is Secret Wars number 1. This is a 7.5. I think there's only 2 of these on the census, one of the highest graded ones on the census.
Oh my.
Wow.
Bit of George Takei, love him. It comes with some transfers on the front, some stickers.
Nice.
Really interesting book. It's a mix of colour and black and white inside. But there's a great, for people who want to just do a bit of a Google of it, there's a great series that run throughout this entire book called The Secret Artist, where they set it up like there's someone in the Marvel office who's drawn random pictures. And the imagery of Thor, Captain America, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom and stuff, it's very cartooned, but quite horrific sometimes. Like the Iron Man one's a guy who's cachexic and lost all his weight and is falling out of the arm and stuff. But it's a really interesting kind of pin-up page, so it's well worth checking out. But yeah, this is Secret Wars number 1. Absolutely love it. That cover, that Secret Wars cover, I've got multiple homages of that on different books. It's just, I think, one of the greatest images Marvel have ever done, to be perfectly honest.
I gotta admit, I've never seen the UK version. Like, I'm seeing the Mattel logo on there and everything. So they really must have been pushing the toy line with this one for the UK.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great book. Love it. I love it. Okay, chaps. Right, I'm gonna test you guys now.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I say Dr. Von Hoot's talking about the book is cool, but the stickers are as rare as gold dust.
Yeah.
And of course, Papa Willie drops another $3 to say, old people say back in my day.
That's very true.
It's true, and someday it'll be you.
Yeah.
God willing. Let's see. Papa, here's your number 2. No, Foot says Secret Wars, probably one of the best story arcs and still holds today.
Yeah, great story. Yeah. With Papa saying that about old, I realised that I was old a while ago, and I realised I was starting to make noises for no reason. I don't know if either of you guys do that. So if I get out of the car, I kind of instinctively just go, ugh. I don't know why. It's a bit like Melchett on Blackadder. You know,
oh my God. Thank you. I know the reference. It's almost as bad though as dropping something on the piece of paper on the floor. At this point, it's basically lost.
Yeah,
I hope a kid's walking by soon. Hey, would you pick that up for me? If I get down there, I'm not getting back up again.
Exactly.
Not without a fight, anyways.
Exactly. Right then, chaps. A question for the pair of you, and also for your chat. Who's the best on-screen or movie version of Batman? Who's your go-to guy? There's only one right answer. I'll tell you now.
No. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, I still go with Michael Keaton. There's been some good ones for different elements, but to be well-rounded, to be both Bruce Wayne and be Batman, it's Michael Keaton.
Absolutely.
I agree. Like Christian Bale had a phenomenal script and actors all around him, and Affleck I thoroughly enjoyed, but to me it's still Michael Keaton.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, excuse me, Michael Keaton all the way. John is right. Kevin Conroy.
You have to say Michael Keaton or
I will. I'll just end the stream. I'll just disappear.
So Val Kilmer it is then, right?
Oh, bless Val.
Val was good too.
Val was, yeah. You know, Clooney was all right as well. I think the scripts that were handled in those later films were challenging. I'm a massive Keaton fan. Absolutely massive Keaton fan. I've wanted a Keaton signature for a long time. I finally managed to pick up a copy of Batman, the movie.
This is the best ever!
9.8. So this is the adaptation of the movie, signed there by the man himself, Michael Keaton.
Pete, I thought we asked you to slow down and not bring out the heat at the beginning of the show. We got to make this last for an hour and a half. But wow! Congratulations, man! That signed Keaton. That's incredible. I honestly believe that's the first signed Keaton that we have on this show.
Right.
We've had some actors, signed actors before, but that's awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you.
I just love it. Absolutely. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
David.
Great.
David, Basement Comics for You had a conflict that came up with his daughter's lacrosse game. So we're going to reschedule them for another future episode. Thank you.
So yeah, for me, Keaton's the man. Do you know what I'd love now? Now I've got this, but Jack Nicholson's signature. You know what I mean?
That's a ticking time bomb. That one, I can't imagine he's going to be around much longer.
Yeah, and I don't think he's signed much.
I don't think so. He doesn't go. He tries not to get out much anymore.
Yeah.
As someone that is an autograph collector, Jack Nicholson is top 10 autograph signers in Hollywood history.
Yeah.
If you can get close to him, but he's never done a sit-down autograph signing yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love it. I'm going to show you some more signatures as we go. I'm a bit particular with my signed books now. I like signed comics rather than like a photograph or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I'd love a Jack signature. That would be
To get a Jack signature on that book, I'd crack that motherfucker and get it. So you'd have Keaton and Jack on the same book there.
He'd probably sign over Keaton, wouldn't he? Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine?
Royalties.
Last time I was on, guys, I showed you a fair few Stan Lee signed books, but I thought I've picked up another one since then. So I've picked up this one. This is an Alex Ross, bit of a bump in the grade, I'm afraid. So it's a CGC 9.0, stunning Alex Ross cover, Dynamic Forces, signed by Stan the man himself. I just love Alex Ross's work. For me, probably he's the best artist in the business at the moment, second to none. I just think he's absolutely phenomenal.
It's so many people have a very stylized stuff, and I think there's not many people doing the more realistic art, and that's his. He's doing painted realism, which is unique and just really stands out. And what's really almost equally standing out on this book, though, is that Stan Lee respects Alex Ross.
Yeah,
because he doesn't respect a lot of artists with his signature, but apparently here he said, "Oh shit, I better recognize great game here."
Absolutely. Just to point out as well, I know you guys have got some of these, but this is the CGC GSA authentic.
Yeah.
I quite like these. I'm liking these labels. I'm liking the fact that I can get them sent off and authenticated and all the rest of it. Because in the UK we don't get a lot of big names coming to cons, so quite often it's harder to get kind of the hands-on first appearance. Sat in front of someone getting a book signed. So it's nice these.
Yeah, I could do a whole segment on these where I'm like, I just think it's interesting that within the community so far, there's been a quick embracement of the JSA certified signature series books, where a lot of people don't really think there's that much of a difference between a JSA one versus CGC Witness one. But when it was CBCS, people had all kinds of issues with whether or not it was verified or a witnessed signature. So it's really kind of interesting to me, and I guess maybe that might change over time. But yeah, I'm fine with verified signatures, especially if there's a signature that I'm involved in. Yeah. I'm more than happy at cons not to have to go find a witness and drag them around for anything. Just go get my stuff done and later on do what I want.
Absolutely, and I'm the same. And I've got a number of CBCS graded books signed signature verification, because at the time they were the only people doing it, and I never had a problem with it. Do you know what I mean? If it's an expert looking at the signature, I'm happy, Speaking of signed books, we've got another one, again a one that I've wanted for a long time, and again a one that's slightly harder to get a hold of. Many an adolescent day spent looking at this individual. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Exactly.
Was that for you or for her? I don't know.
Yeah, both. Could be both.
Yeah, his wife we're talking about here, boys. I'm just going to point that out.
Yeah. Lucky man. Yeah. I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was just my jam. You know what I mean? When I was younger. And I've wanted a Sarah Michelle Gellar signature for a long, long time. Hard to get a hold of again. She has signed quite a few comic books, but I wanted a photo cover for this one. So I hunted this one out. This is I can't remember, another Universe exclusive, gold buffed cover. See what I did there, buffed?
Well done.
Signed in silver by Sarah. Love to meet her.
I agree. I think that if you're going to have a book signed by the artist, by an actor, right? There's a lot of times it's either the photo covers are the better ones. There are some other ones though, because I have some that aren't, where it's just matter is that at least is the character they portrayed in these. If it's an actor, like I have a Firefly one that's signed by Nathan Fillion, but the character on the cover is very much his likeness. Yeah. There's like no question about it, type of thing. And then obviously when it comes to others, like Darth Vader, I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
But
it's nice to get the photo now and then. I think. I just love her. I'm excited for the revival, guys. Hesitant but excited. Yeah. I'm drooling. I didn't show this one the last time, so this is one of my favourite books, and I thought I'd chuck it in there. This is, again, a bit of a classic. And this is, I mean, Rob, I know you guys are aware of these. This is PGX. So I'm interested to know whether I should crack this bad boy and get it rechanged. It's a PGX 4.0.
It's good views.
Yeah. And this is Silver Surfer.
Ooh.
4. Yeah. Wow.
Thor's my favourite character. This cover's just always been one of my favourites. But yeah, PGX. Don't know. What do you think?
So when it comes to this era, that becomes it really depends on what you want to do. If you're just going to sit on it, you can just leave it the way it is. You know, there's nothing to do unless it just really bothers you. But if you're going to sell it, you know, you're almost better in reality with these old PGX ones, cracking it and selling it raw, because there's a period in time here where their grading was all over the place. There was some more shady stuff back in the early day. There's some really questionable stuff with regards to their ability, how they were checking for restoration back then. And so those books are more over the place. The newer books, not as big of an issue. I've been doing a lot of those. I've had a series of videos. They're great for YouTube views, apparently. Actually, I just noticed 5 of my top 10 videos are all about PGX. So PGX will get you comic book views or YouTube views, apparently. But yeah, it's an interesting question. I mean, you can look at the book. It's probably looks, from what I can tell, a 4.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem too far off, as long as it doesn't have restoration.
And that's the worry, isn't it? And I mean, I have to be honest. I'm a Thor collector, so this is a book that I'll never lose. Mm-hmm. What I might have done is buy a higher grade copy if I see a nice CGC higher grade, and then that'll determine what I do with this. But at the moment, I don't know.
You can always donate it to Comics Curing Cancer.
Absolutely. But I love it. Right, Guy. Next question.
Kidding? I'm old. Remember? Well, Pepperidge Farms remembers. See, I recently got my first PGX slab, an ASM 149 and a 7.0. I paid for lesser than most rock up. That's true. I mean, that is the thing. It's like really weird. It's also like trying to. I know it too. If you're trying to sell PGX books, sometimes basically it does sell for less than the raw copy, just because people are there's such a negative view of them in the community for some reason, that unless you're selling it on a PGX forum, you're just not going to get any kind of value. And it's like, I don't get it, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Jay knows the way. $5 super chat. Rob, Chris, when are we seeing your collections? Oh, we've done ours. Season 1 of OnlySlabs. Those were like the first 20 episodes of this show were our collections. And then you can watch our normal, what we receive every single week on our respective channels to keep up to date.
And we do usually 2 episodes a year, spotlighting some stuff that we picked up.
The end of the final episode of every year is our top 10 pickups for the year, graded pickups for the year. So you'll get to see some of those. But it would take a while to get through all mine, that's for sure. Let's see, the premiere issue of some of the most popular books. Absolutely. I only have 1 PGX slabs, an X-Men Volume 1, Issue 10, and a 5.5. I had some kind of pages cut, but it doesn't affect the story. Yeah, not really cheap. Wow. Nice X-Men book in the background, 100%. All right.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
This was a $5 super chat.
Sorry. Oh, my God. Thank you for keeping me honest, Chris.
Yep.
Oh, good gracious. This one's for you, Jay Knows the Way.
Bet she gives great helmet.
Kiss me. No. Lord help me, Black! You're needed on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
There we go. And hey, and thank you guys all for the super chats. Let me thank you guys last month. Thanks to you guys and your support of this channel and Comics Curing Cancer, we were able to raise over $400 last month for Comics Curing Cancer from the super chats and memberships and the ad revenue. So thank you guys all so much for that. Yeah.
Right, chaps. I asked you before who the best Batman was. This one's easier because there's not as many choices. Best Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter.
This is correct. Yeah. So this is the Wonder Woman 77
Nice.
special 9.8 signed by Linda Carter. Again, a signature I've just wanted for years and years and years. I'm basically going back and collecting my childhood icons. So I've got an Adam West signed Batmobile.
I think that's what collecting is. I think collecting is going broke through nostalgia.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When I was looking for a Linda Carter book, there was tons of just like random Wonder Woman signed books, which is lovely. But I wanted something that represented her more than anything.
If you're over 60, I'm not even 60. Come on. Jeez.
Not to take anything away from Gal Gadot, who is terrific as Wonder Woman.
Oh,
very good.
She's wonderful.
However,
but
if you grew up when we did, you'll know what we're
look
talking
at Linda
about.
Carter today, still,
Linda
for
Carter
goodness
used
sake.
to skateboard as Wonder Woman. Like, come on.
What was she in recently? Was it Deadpool she was in recently? Did you see
Was she?
She wasn't in the
She wasn't in the movie.
84. Yeah, and she wasn't in the Deadpool movie, but it was on YouTube, a kind of a Deadpool skit. I think when the movie was coming out.
I think there was something about. I think that was a Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, I think there was some sort of. Yeah, there was. She was like in some commercial for it or something.
Yeah, just incredible. I just love her. And she's a beautiful human being as well. Like I say, when I was pulling these together, guys, I've got a lot of books I wanted to show you, but then I didn't want to do too many sketch covers because I know, Rob, you've got a lot of sketch covers, but I've got this one recently and I had to show it.
I have a few. And they're all this guy's fault.
I was going to get in touch with you at some point and say it would be great to do a show, either on OnlySlabs or another show, just about sketch covers.
Yeah.
But I love this one. And I think this is one of those ones. Do you know when you see a sketch cover and you wouldn't be wrong in mistaking it for a proper cover. So this is by a stunning artist called Mike Perkins. It's a Universal Monsters Dracula #1, 9.6. Bella Lugosi.
Slow down!
I just think that's amazing.
That whole thing is a sketch cover?
Yeah.
Oh my!
I assume that's original. Is that originally a black cover?
Yes, black cover. I loved this so much I got in touch and I've bought a werewolf version by the same artist. So it's not graded yet, but it's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I'd be going, hey, let's get the whole set.
Don't tell me wife, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. Do you know what I mean? I want a Frankenstein. I want Creature from the Black Lagoon, the full shebang, you know? Just it's beautiful.
I don't see this often on this show, but that one just gave me fucking chub.
Like, if you would have held that up and just said this is just a signed cover, I think both Rob and I would have been like, "That's a great cover. I don't think we've ever seen it before." My God, that is stunning. That is stunning.
Yep, love it.
Who is the artist again on this?
So it's a guy called Mike Perkins, and he's done a lot of stuff for Marvel, but he's not a massive name. He did the
Mad Spidey.
There was of course. There was a, what do you call him? Deathlock. He did a Deathlock miniseries for Marvel a little while ago. But yeah, I just love it. I just love it.
Wow. Yeah. So we got Pete here bringing out the big guns. All of a sudden I hear AC/DC in my head. But this one, here we go.
That beautiful bean footage.
And again, another UK guy gets the Mr. Bean clip when they just come up. It's crazy the way that works out. It's not rigged. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
I guess that's what the Scottish think of you. It's pretty nice. Whatever. The Mummy and the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a great one. Here's my sketch cover of the Invisible Man.
Superb.
Or just, I guess it needs to be a just plain white background.
Yeah.
That Invisible. It's the Invisible Man and the Invisible Woman doing porn.
Back to porn with you? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I know. I got there's something going on in my head. Maybe I named the show that way. Let's see, the full shebang, indeed. Slightly better than your Simmons.
That's
Dracula
uncalled for.
remark.
That's uncalled for back then. I went to a convention and back then was there and he got a phenomenal Martin Simmons sketch cover. So I watched it get made. So then I asked the guy, can you do me very similar, please? And it was crap. Utter rubbish what I got. I was devastated.
Hiding when Wesley Snipes hits the club. Yes, too soon.
Too soon.
Let's see here.
Don't send them off.
Kev. Oh yeah, Manny, the Hobgoblin collectors here. Hello. Cute Pete to bring out the Mr. Bean slab.
I wish. Yeah, I wish.
Let's see. Oh, hey, the Jackson Roy Kirk. Good day, sir. Thanks for joining us here. Just get an empty slab. That's right. Let's see. I've been watching Peter ever since the thing. Oopsie's faces. So he'll know.
That was a good one. Yeah.
All right.
I'm conscious of your time, guys. I've got
well, I think this is like the next one. This one, and we'll do a break here.
Okay. Well, we'll end with. I've showed you some random stuff, haven't I? So we'll start with a more classic kind of what people get excited for. That's a modern key, I guess. Good old
a modern key, you guess.
Yeah!
So let's just start for a second. What year was this book released?
Oh God, 93.
There's nothing modern about this book anymore.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. Well, except the era that it is considered.
Right. I was gonna say since we've had Miles.
Yeah.
Well over 10 years later, Miles showed up. So yeah, it's. But yeah,
it's a funny book. I've had this one about 3 times, and I keep getting it, and then I lose interest with it, and I think I don't even particularly like Harley Quinn as a character. So then I get rid of it, and then I think, oh, I'm a comic collector. I'm meant to have a copy of this, aren't I? So then I go and get it again, and it's like, so 9.6 came up, and I thought, oh, I have to get it. I don't know why I've got it. But there you go. Harley Quinn 9.6.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. Oops. God damn it. I'm trying to get things right. All right. So here we are. We're here. I started to share my screen and it went away on me. So I'm prepping it. There we go. All right. So I'll share that in a second. We're going to do our giveaway here in just a second, guys. We'll put that first hashtag here. So thank you guys all for coming out. While you're here, though, before we do that, if you wouldn't mind considering hitting that thumbs up button, it does help us get the word out there. And if you're not a subscriber, maybe you'd like to do that. That would be nice. Even a channel membership. Channel membership goes to help support Comics Curing Cancer from month to month. And I don't keep any of the money. It all goes to the charity. So thank you so much for that. Let's throw this up here. Anyone want to guess what it is? You're right. It's Ginger Jordy Geek. Go ahead and hit that. It'll be super simple for you guys to type that in. Congratulations. There won't be any mistakes whatsoever, I'm sure. But be careful.
I was certain it was going to be porn related. I have to be honest.
Yeah. Well, who says it's not?
Yeah, that's true.
Boys. Focus.
All right. So, while everybody's trying to figure out how to type this one into the chat, Triple G, Mr. Pete, what is coming up for folks over on the Triple G Comics Show?
Ooh, so
or channel?
I do all kinds of stuff. I'm very eclectic. I like to keep things interesting. Yeah,
that's what I love about your channel. First of all, is that you do such a variety from. Well, it's not comics really. It's really Triple G pop culture experience. Yeah. Or cornucopia. I almost said cornucopia. Cornucopia.
Okay.
Because
and that's how I keep it interesting.
You cover the gamut.
Yeah, that's how I keep it interesting for myself. So I focus a lot on comic books because that's what I love. I do toy content, so I've just unboxed a ridiculously expensive Cat's Lair from Thundercats, which is bigger than me. So I've done that. I've got a comic series out where I look at my favourite stories and then my worst stories. What I'm enjoying most at the moment is I've got a series called Pop Culture Playback where I pick a TV show. So I've just done one on Alf. Do you remember Alf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, so I look at kind of how that's... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I look at how that's gone and things, Live show
Small
every Tuesday night.
You should do Small Wonders.
Small Wonders? I don't think I've heard of that one.
Small was a little. It was supposed to be like a guy created like a android or something, but it's played by some little girl, and they keep her in a closet. But she tries to pretend to be a real girl and stuff. It's really weird, silly stuff. American TV.
I've just done one. I've just recorded. I haven't put it out yet. Remember? Do you guys remember a show called Benji, Zach, and the Alien Prince?
No,
An old one. Yeah, I did that one. I did Street Hawk. That was good.
Oh yeah, Street Hawk, the motorcycle. Yeah. That was when you had Street Hawk, Airwolf, Knight Rider, and it was like you're like, okay, motorcycle, car, and helicopter. Let's go. Where's the team up? And they could form, and they should be able to form a Voltron or something.
So I'm loving doing them. And then every Tuesday night I have a live show, and again that's every week's a different show on a 4 to 5 week rotation. So lots going on.
Phenomenal. All right, and Mr. the Comic Vet, how about you, sir? What's coming up over on the Comic Vet channel?
Monday, I plan on releasing a video called "Whatever Happened to Comic Packs at Ollie's." The American discount chain. Comic books are getting incredibly difficult to find at some of those shops, so we're going to take a look at that, and perhaps even open a couple packs from Ollie's. This Wednesday, you can catch my live stream, Show Us What You Got, the live New Comic Book Day Hangout, where it's an open panel for people to come on to show the books that they just picked up at their LCS and also brand new books to their PC. Thank you, Rob.
Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and spin it because I see we have 100% participation. So, ladies and gentlemen, say it with us. Wheel of Fish. And our winner of this first round of pulls from the giveaway box, not just the giveaway box, but the greatest giveaway box on YouTube. Deanna Gordon Ortiz. Well, congratulations. All right.
Deny.
Oops, I gotta move. Thank you. Yeah, Chris, you got the power. Make it happen. So, I was wondering, Pete. So, if you get in trouble for buying all these toys, instead of getting sent out to the doghouse, now you can sleep in the cat's lair.
I do. I sleep in the cat's lair. It's lovely. It's nice and warm.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right, Pete, you're gonna be pulling 6 books for Deanna. 1 through 10 from the front, 1 through 10 from the back, or we'll just do some back to front action. You tell me where to stop.
I love a bit of back to front action, Rob. So could we
so
start
do
there,
I.
Please? Yeah.
Boys.
Stop.
Hold on, let me move out of my. Okay.
Stop.
Front, back, or both?
Both, please.
You got it. All right.
And then front book, and last book.
Oh, front book and last book. All right. Yeah. I was afraid to look at that one, but I prepared for that. All right.
Yeah. Let it ride. And stop.
Oops. You know what? I gotta do it again because I have my finger slipped.
Stop.
Okay. Both?
Yeah, both, please. And that should be with 6, is it?
Yes, it is.
Good stuff.
Damn, I knocked over Optimus Prime. Hold on. Yeah, stand up. There he is. He's standing back up again. Shots fired. All right, let's see what we got here. Interesting. Oh, really?
We even now now even have people guessing what is going to be pulled. Maybe Zed is saying, I'm guessing John Carter or Nova.
No. All right, first up we got an Amazing Spider-Man 181.
Very nice.
Why are we giving away Renita books now again?
We've got an All-Star Batman signed by Jock.
Cover? Yeah, Jock cover.
Yeah, Jock cover, and it's actually this is a triple signed. There's a bunch of COAs in here. Jock is one of the signatures on there.
Wow.
Triple signed Batman, All-Star Batman.
Lovely man, Jock. Lovely man.
From First Comics, we've got Warp issue 11, but it's a DC Walmart pack book. So you get a DC Walmart pack of books coming your way.
Put that back up for a sec.
I've got that outfit.
That's That's Mad Spidey's swimsuit right there that guy's rocking.
That's where I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting outfit. Yes.
Yeah. More we know that you're rocking.
It's not a style I'll be rocking anytime soon. Web of Spider-Man 95,
Very
featuring
nice.
Ghost Rider.
Nice. Very cool.
Some Marvel Triple Action issue 2, reprinting Fantastic Four 58.
That's nice. I like that.
And this is a book that I picked up, and I don't know. I feel bad. It's a sketch cover. I don't know who the artist is. I can't decipher their signature. But Walking Dead.
Oh, nice.
Sketch cover. I mean, maybe somebody out there will be able to help you out. It looks like a Rick something, but I. Holy cow!
I love that.
Now we're giving away freaking sketch covers on this damn show. Ugh. Ms. Gordon Ortiz just cleaned the WTF up.
Congratulations.
Very
That's
good
coming
picks.
your way. There's always something great. All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead and move Pete back to the center stage here, and we'll get back on to some more books.
Right. I'm going to show you my oldest book in my collection. It's a stunner. It's a CBCS 4.0, and I picked it up from, you guys might have heard of it, a little organisation called Comics During Cancer. I don't know if you're aware of them.
I know. Tell me all about them.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Smoke if you got 'em.
So this is, just a phenomenal book. Captain Marvel Avengers 129 from 1952. I paid peanuts for this, Rob. This was your, it was like a random thing. You just bought a ticket and you got picked out at random, whatever your number was or whatever.
Yeah, it was all from the OnlySlabs giveaway.
Yeah.
Last year in Comics During Cancer, we have a box full of slabs, and people would pay for a random pull from the slabs.
Yeah.
That came from my personal collection.
It's
That book
stunning.
did. Yeah, I loved that one. That's a nice robot cover. You got a robot triceratops or whatever, or rhino.
I just
Awesome.
love it. Absolutely love it. So that's a keeper, oldest book in my collection. Absolutely
Nice
love it.
golden age book to have.
Yeah. Now, I know you're a Transformers fan. I was going to show you, I got a few Daniel Warren Johnson signed books, but then I thought, I picked this up recently, and I love it. So this is a good old Transformers number
First
8.
Dinobots.
Dinobots.
Oh,
I went a bit wild with this, so I got this one, and then I got the UK print version of this as well. And then I got the sticker album as well, the original Panini
well, if
sticker
you want to
album.
be a real completionist, there is a Canadian price variant as well.
Oh,
Yes, there
I
is.
see. I'm going to have to get that as well.
Now you set them out on a freaking quest.
We will stir that pot.
Absolutely. I love me a bit of Transformers. I love the Dinobots. One of the classic cover. I picked up this recently as well. This is again a sketch cover by someone you guys might be familiar with, Livio Ramondelli.
Yes.
Of course.
He draws a few bots.
Yeah.
Oh, and boom goes the dynamite.
Oh my goodness, look at Grimlock there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a nice one.
Grimlock is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love it. I got a Prime versus Megatron as well, but I haven't got that graded yet. Just again, the artwork on it, it's just amazing, I'm always absolutely awed by these guys and the talent that that they've got. Just stunning. Right, chaps.
Did you see the one I had done recently that was
Prime. Oh no, it was Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Magnus
Oh,
versus Six Shot.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's just stunning.
Of course, it was great, but it's nothing like the Ultra Magnus that Magic Badger did. That was
absolutely
phenomenal.
Absolutely. But this is the problem with the sketch covers. Once you start, I get that back, and I'm immediately thinking, what am
What's
I going
next?
to do now? What am I going to do now? Because it's just phenomenal.
It's really hard to make sure to do. Okay, I don't want to get, as much as I love certain artists, try not to go back and get too many from the same artist.
Yeah.
And that's become difficult for me sometimes, because there are certain artists that, especially ones that are we built good relationships with for comics curing cancer and stuff. And it's like, already I got like 2 or 3 pieces in my personal collection. I don't want to keep getting more of that, just Absolutely. That one artist, I want to get some branch out.
Yeah, I've fallen down that trap before where I've got about 5 pieces from the same guy, and his work's fantastic, but it's like
and reasonable.
Yeah, and I really want to mix it up, Right, chaps, another hard question for you. Is it hard? Should be. Best Flash, best on-screen Flash, movie or TV?
For me, the young guy that just played the Flash on WB for a few years there.
Grant, yeah, very good.
Great, yes.
Yeah, he's good.
God, I'm trying to remember the actor's name. He played his dad, but played the Flash in the
Wesley Shipp.
Would that be John Wesley Shipp? Yeah,
that would be him.
So, yeah, John Wesley, Rob for the win. Yeah. So again, this is a show. So this isn't the CW Flash, although he did play his dad, played Jay Garrick in it. This was from the original Flash TV show back in the day, which I just loved. I mean, it was camp as Christmas, and it was it was a bit cheesy, but you had Mark Hamill in there as a trickster.
Great suit too, by the way, that he wore there.
Absolutely. Like I say, Mark Hamill as a trickster was amazing in it, So John Wesley, I just think's great, is the character. Also, I've watched a fair bit of him on YouTube and things like that. He's a genuinely lovely man as well. So again, a one that I just wanted in my collection. Flash TV special, I wanted a one with him on the cover. So grab that. Interestingly, got this one off eBay. It's signed by a whole host of other people. So it's signed by Howard Chicklin, Joyce Hershey, and David Newman. Don't know who any of those people are.
I think there's probably some of the creators of this.
Some of the creators or something.
But the book.
I'm not sure if it was the book or if it were on the show or something. I don't know. I'll have to do some research.
None of their names are there on the creative side of the book.
Why is that? Oh yeah, you're right. See, shows how much attention I pay. But yeah, it was the John Wesley Shipp signature I wanted, and that's what I got.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Really nice 9.6 for multiple autographs.
I was so thrilled when they went, on that Flash WB show when they brought him in to, first of all, to be his dad, and then later on when they went and brought in Jay Garrick and had it be, I was like, oh, you guys are too much. And then they busted out Mark Hamill for the trickster over in that universe as well too. I was like, come on, you're killing me. This is so great.
There's a great interview with John on I think it's on YouTube where he's talking about, because he's a lovely, genuine, nice man, but he's talking about how nervous he was about going back into the suit because he didn't feel he was in shape and stuff for it. He looks phenomenal. When he's in that suit, he looks absolutely amazing, because in Crisis, he goes back into the full red Flash suit as well, and he still looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a little body molding to it, but hey, that's the great thing you can do with those things.
Absolutely.
Is that what hey, news alert. That wasn't Michael Keaton.
How dare you? Right, chaps. Don't get overly excited because it's a reprint, right? I'm not that rich. Okay. It's a reprint. But again, I went through a phase where I've got a lot of Stan Lee signatures. I've got some Jack Kirby signatures, and I like to have original creator signatures. And this one popped up, and I thought, I have to have it. So it's a reprint of Action Comics 1, but signed, as you can see, by Jerry Siegel.
Oh nice. My goodness.
So one of the original creators of the main man himself. Just an iconic cover. Absolutely iconic cover. And I'm never going to be able to afford an Action Comics 1. I don't think many people can. So this kind of scratches that itch.
You could decide to become an evil nurse and go to selling body parts that you harvest, and then eventually finance a 0.5 graded copy.
Don't think I haven't thought about it. I have. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, would you mind bringing the autograph itself a little bit closer to the screen? We've never had a Jerry Siegel autograph on this show before, and it's awesome. It's us. What year is this reprint? Is this the mid 70s?
93. So it's a 93. Book.
Okay, so very late in his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just stunning. Next on the list is a Bob Kane, and there are a few of them out there. He signed a lot of stickers, like bat symbol stickers, but not a lot of books that I can find. There's some kind of hardback books and things, but I want a comic book,
Right.
So that's next on the list.
Keep it consistent. I got it.
Yeah. Next, this is a one that Rob picked up for us a while ago, and this is, God, just phenomenal. I'm dead slow, you know. I'm not very intelligent at times. When people talk about a metal cover, I just didn't think for a second that it was actually just a slab of metal. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was like a metal effect. So when I got my first metal cover, it's like, oh, this is just a sheet of steel. Do you know what I mean? It's weird, this. So yeah, that threw us. But this is a Transformers 1. This is a Virgin Metal exclusive signed by Peter Cullen and Frank Welker.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Just amazing.
Is that the Fan Expo Expo 1, Rob?
Yeah. What kills me here is that you got a 9.8 on it.
Well, so there's a story there, Rob. There's a story. So you got me this, the raw copy.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for you doing it because we couldn't get it in the UK. It wouldn't let us buy it for some reason.
Right. And I remember they were like sold out, and I had to keep checking, and finally one became available, and then
that's right.
It was really weird.
Yeah. So I got this, and then you did your video on it, and I saw that the marked you down because inside it, on the inside cover, there's a sticker, a hologram sticker. So when I was going to send mine, I was dead nervous of that. So I tried to peel the sticker off, and I completely mucked it up, and the sticker kind of folded over and stuff like that. And I thought, God, if I rip the sticker off, it's going to leave a big chunk out the book. So I kind of squashed the sticker back in place, but there was no doubt the sticker looked ruffled and things like that. So I thought, there's no way I'm going to get a decent grade. It came back at 9.8. No idea what happened there or how great. I got that. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, because I had sent my copy in, and it came back with a big grade hit for a sticker being stuck on it. Because what they did with this book, and this is the way that, you know, a lot of, as Chris knows, especially having done a lot of work with autographs, is when you get something would be autographed, they would put some sort of sticker or something on it that had a unique number, and then that went to the COA, had a corresponding number, and that's how you know that's a legit signature, as opposed to the COAs we get in comics today, which is really nothing more than a piece of paper that says, so somebody's saying that this guy signed a book. It might be that one that you got. It might be a different one. Who knows? And CGC was dinging you for the sticker, which sucked. Yeah. But congratulations. I'm jealous, man. That's phenomenal.
It's an amazing book. Amazing book. Sticking with signatures, again, one of, I think, the greatest artists of all time, an absolute legend, is the amazing George Perez. And this is the Marvel Collectibles Classic Avengers 1 Chrome Collection. So it's a chrome cover, wraparound cover of that Avengers 1, which is just one of the best bits of art going, I think, signed by George at the bottom there.
Great signature placement for George to put it there, too. Yeah.
Yeah. I just love it. There's something about, and again, it's a nostalgia thing. There's no denying for me he's an amazing artist. But this period of comics was when I really got into it. You know, when they relaunched the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Captain America. We got those beautiful sunburst covers. I don't know if you remember those. Just amazing. And I loved this run of Avengers. I just absolutely loved it. So yeah, love it. Great. And I quite like these chrome covers. They're quite nice.
I do want to go back. Hector Ortiz made a comment. We were talking about the story with that Transformers book, and this is absolutely 100% true. Yeah, another great example of comic books bringing people together from different parts of this world. Absolutely. I mean, Pete would never had that book, nothing else, but through the magic of YouTube and friendships being built across vast regions and everything else, and you know, who knows, Pete and I maybe never ever actually meet each other face to face, but you know, God willing, it'll happen. But you never know. But at the same time, still friendships were found. I was more than happy to pick up a book for him and help him out. Just like Mad Spidey's helped me with my Golden Age Submariner book. And, you know, I've gotten books up to Chris and he's gotten stuff down to me and vice versa. It's great. This community friendships,
fantastic,
can be made through collecting.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Speaking of making friendships, let's start an international incident. We've got a Canadian, an American, and a Brit on screen. So
let's talk about I don't know what, France.
Right. So listen, we will not get into politics, I am sure. I love this cover just for what it represents.
Okay.
So this is a number 1, 9.6, signed by the artist, a guy called I forget his name is Casey Pearsons. Just a lovely man.
If I'm right, this should say Gotham Central Comics exclusive, which is a comic shop in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
So how funny is it that we have the American president from a Canadian exclusive comic shop sitting in the hands of a Brit?
Yeah. I love it. I don't know why.
American and a Brit walk into a bar.
Yeah, exactly. I've got 2 copies of this. And this was quite a hard book to get a hold of. Casey Parsons was at a UK convention a little while ago and signed this for us. Really discreet signature. Can you just see it there? It's reflecting just at the top.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah.
Lovely guy. He did as a sketch cover of Thor, which was just amazing. One of those lovely experiences where you say to someone, draws a Thor, but draw what kind you want. And I went back 4 hours, 5 hours later, and he was still doing it. And he said, "I'm having too much fun. You're just going to have to come back another time." And he'd been working on it literally all day, but enjoying himself. So
nice.
And it shows in the art. Yeah. So yeah, love that cover. Yeah. Now, this is a great series. This one's a bit random. I'm hoping you've not had this one on the show, but in a stunning series. This is Chew number 1, 9.6.
Oh, yeah.
You guys had this one before?
No, we haven't had Chew before.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting story. I don't know if you know about it. It's about a cop who, whatever he eats, he gets kind of flashes of the life in the memory. So, if someone's been murdered, he goes into the morgue and he has a bite of the toe.
Kind of iZombie.
Yeah. Brilliant series. It's concluded now. If you can pick this up and trade paperback, I really recommend getting a hold of it because it's just a real fun series. It's good fun.
Who's the writer for Chew?
So it's John Lehman and Rob Gilroy.
Okay.
Yeah. Just great. Just great.
ABZ is saying that Chew is completely bonkers series. 60 issues of awesomeness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I didn't know it went that long. Next,
again, is a bit of my childhood. It's a signed book again. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's cheese, but it's stunning. And it is the Marvel. That was DC versus Marvel comics. This is signed by Joe Rubenstein. I loved this series. This was like a fanboy's dream come true.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
Back in the day. And I don't know if you remember, but we got to vote on the winners of some of the bouts and things like that. So again, just great fun. Just great fun. Excellent little series.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but unfortunately, I wasn't in comics back then. I didn't get into comics till late, so unfortunately, I missed out on that.
Right, yeah. It's great. Rob, just tell me when you need us to shut up, mind.
Oh, we got about another another 2 or 3 books, and then we can wrap her up.
Okie dokie. This one's a beaut. I love this. This is He-Man, Master of the Universe.
You just got this book, right?
I've had this one I got it graded recently. I had 2 copies. One came back, and I hadn't realised there was a spine split right the way down it, so I was a bit gutted about that. But this is a beaut. This is first appearance of She-Ra in a kind of an American comic book format. A good little series as well. If you like your Masters of the Universe, this one's well worth reading. It's a good series. Good series. We'll not talk about this one because everybody's got a copy, but this is Spawn number 1.
Nice.
Signed by Todd. I don't know why, but I
heard they printed a couple copies of this.
One or two. But I was obsessed with getting Todd McFarlane instead of just the T McFarlane.
Yeah. You want the full Todd.
Yeah. I want the full Todd. Yeah. But yeah, nice book. Another signed book. This one's double signed by Stanley and Chris Claremont. A bit of X-Men action. X-Men 167. Nice signature.
Yep. Well, Stan Lee had to sign down there because Chris Claremont signed in his usual spot.
The trade dress, yeah.
Matt Spidey's asking in the chat there, have I got a Dolph Lundgren signed He-Man? I had one all set up, Spidey, because he was at a UK convention I had the photo cover for Masters, and he withdrew from the convention.
No.
I was rather irritated. These are nice. I showed you one of these on the last show, which was I think it was a He-Man one. These are the promotional comics that went inside some of the comics back in the day. This is the Mask one. I'm a massive Mask fan.
I remember playing with those as a kid, watching the cartoon. My mom wouldn't buy the toys for us. For whatever reason, we were only allowed Star Wars toys, and then like Legos. So I had to build so many things out of Legos. So I built Mask vehicles out of Legos. I built Transformers out of Legos and stuff because that was the only way I got to play with those things. But
you make that sound like your mom was a bad mom. You'd only buy Star Wars and Legos. Like that's a bad thing.
I never understood like what it was. Like I couldn't have the G.I. Joe things. I couldn't have these things. And I don't know if it was just she said, no, we're gonna stay focused or or if there was some other reasoning behind it. I have no idea. But yeah, even as a kid, you wanted everything. You had no concept of the fact that these figures all cost money and that these all stuff it's a limited amount of that to go around. Those are adult problems.
Yeah. I mean, I was very lucky. I was around the age when a lot of these massive cartoon properties were kind of coming out. Your Transformers, your He-Man, Centurions, Sectors, all those
Luminaries,
Brave Star, all those kind of stuff. I've got a big infinity of those. I'm a horror man. You know that, guys. This is a great book.
To be clear, you're a horror man, not a horrible man.
No.
Make sure that people hear you right with the accents. I don't want people mistaken.
Yeah. This is Ice Cream Man. I don't know if you've read this book, but it's an anthology series.
Yep.
Just love it. Absolutely love it. I'd love this to be made into like a Netflix show or something like that.
I think it would be a great show, especially if each episode was totally individual with one or two, Hollywood stars in it, the way that the HBO did it with Tales from the Crypt. I think it would be great. Ice Cream Man is very much, to me, this generation's Tales of the Crypt or that type of book. Yeah.
All right, last book, Pete.
Yeah, sure. I love that story.
Whichever one you want to be last.
Of kind of, standalone tales, but a line through them all, kind of a thing. Okay, we'll start with a book that's been optioned. That I think is quite a nice little tale.
We're going to end.
End. Yeah.
So I'll make sure.
I've got my next pile here to go through.
I don't know if you're speaking English or not. But
it's Geordie. We've got Canto number 1.
There we go. Look at
this.
This
is a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Little story about this one. I managed to get 5 copies of this for about $20 each. Which is just a massive steal, and I think 3 of them came back 9.8 or something. So yeah, apparently Robert Downey Jr.'s production companies picked this up, so potentially an animated series coming our way. There we go. We'll end on that one.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you again coming on out and last minute notice and bringing a slew of books to help get us through. Before we go and do the next giveaway, and I'm realizing things like, oh my God, we left this whole thing up the whole darn time. We can take that down. Let's go ahead and say thank you, of course, to our Goon Squad members who are subscribing to this channel every single month at that higher level. Special shout out to Dale of Suspense, DJ Links, Dr. Von Hoot, Legion of Comics, Stephen C., Justin Birch Letters, Circumstances, The Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Mad Spidey, Collecting with Durs, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Dead Man, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, Timo Hanna, still only 35 cents, Cliff on Comics, Bearded Comic Bro, Never Could Figure It Out, Daymares, The Adventurous Joe, Valenrook, Ronnie Johnson, Comics on the Edge, Omnibo, 1063 Comics, and Silver Eagles. Thank you guys all so much. And then we're going to play the henchman role, and then we're going to do our giveaway. And there we go. And give us a hashtag OnlySlabs. We got Brock Morgan saying, great books today. Dracula sketch was my favorite.
Yeah.
I agree. There was a lot of good books in there. Well, at the end of the day, I got to go with that Dracula too. I mean, it's tough because that Michael Keaton Batman, but that Dracula, that was just
Linda Carter too. Like
that Dracula cost us. I'm trying to convert roughly my head to dollars. About $130. Great.
Wow, that's a great. That's what I like about sketch covers. For the most part, you can get really good sketch covers for about $120 to $200 US. And there are some artists you can, if you look around some of the up and coming artists, you can get some incredible stuff I've gotten for even less than that. Yeah. But then so every once in a while I go to get a sketch cover and I get quoted a price that's like nowhere near in that realm. Like the other day, I had one in my mind. I reached out to an artist and they came back and told me that the cost for it, because he's going to be at Heroes Con, the cost was going to be $1,200. And I was like, yeah, okay. I think we're going a different direction with a different artist, obviously. But that's what happens when sometimes there's certain artists that they got other things to do, and that's their price of, if you really want me to do it, that's fine. And it wasn't like an artist you were thinking of. It's not like Jim Lee or something, which would be like way more than that.
Bill Morrison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Bill Morrison was the most expensive one I've ever paid for, and that was still under $500.
Okay.
I've got a video coming out in the next couple of weeks or so where I've used one of the CGC sign-in sketch event things for a probably the hottest artist in the business at the moment. Incredibly disappointed. Paid $275 per sketch, and it's come back. One of them's okay. The other one,
I've had some. I've done a lot of sketches through those CGC events early on, especially during the COVID times, and some of them I've had hit and miss with the quality on some of them. Yeah. But it's different, right? They're compared to the con and getting a chance to meet the person and do some different stuff. So, all right. So I see these things rolling in here. 63 out of 75. You give you guys just a moment later tonight, of course, over Mad Spidey's Outback. I'll swing by over there. We're going to have to refill this box. We haven't put any new books in it in a while. So we'll be going through and putting some new books inside this box. So check out that over there. Got some new stuff to give Chris. Well, Chris has seen some of the stuff because he's probably watched some of those videos secretly to know that of me unboxing all the stuff that's going in there. So I'm sorry, Chris, but it is what it is. All right, well, that's time enough. 67 out of 77, ladies and gentlemen. Let's wrap this shindig up. We already did Wheel of Fish. This is the one where we go around and where she goes, where she stops. Well, the internet knows. Winner is. Boom! Cat Fan Comics Man. Congratulations. Been a long time since Cat Fan Comics Man has been in the winner's circle. Let's go ahead and make me big and move you guys over there.
Watch your back, Rob.
All right, Chris. Let's pull some books for Cat Fan.
All right. Cat Fan, as Rob knows, one of our very loyal watchers, so this is good for him. Let's go 3 from the front, 3 from the back. All right, let's let it ride and stop. And those 2 books. And since I saw there's writing on the very front one there, let's just take the very front book where your left hand is. Yep. And 2 more, Rod. Let's go.
2 more. Oh, you're going to give him 7 books? Okay.
Are we giving? I thought it was 7.
It used to be. We were down to 6, but you just said we're giving him 7.
Oh, we're giving him 7. Loyalty pays, Cat Fan. And stop. And those 2 books. I don't like what you just
Yeah,
did.
that was it. That was a delay.
I don't.
He's got a good poker face, hasn't he?
So let's just address this. Papa Wheelie, Chris, you were so damn predictable with picking your books. It's because the number 3 is my mom's birthday number, so I like using that number. Because mine and my father's are in the teens, and Rob doesn't like going above 10. So it's just respect to my mom.
All right.
Next time there's a temple, Chris.
Oh, nice.
Uncanny X-Men 197.
Get the hell out of here with this.
Doctor Doom.
Ooh, good series.
There you go.
Oh.
Batman, Curse of the White Knight, issue number 1.
That's great. Yeah, Richie, I know.
Superman, issue 4.
Ooh,
First appearance of Bloodsport.
Wow. Now that's a terrific giveaway. Banger book.
Yeah.
Sorry about the trade dress, Superman.
Rye, issue 0. First full Bloodshot.
My favorite cover of the 90s. Love it.
Thor 344, the first appearance of Malekith, the Accursed.
Good book.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Pete. I don't know.
How dare you?
I don't know about giving that away.
Oh, right.
Captain America 368.
Oh, I love that book.
Ron Lim.
Nice.
And Marvel Premiere 45, first appearance of the Otherwhelms and the origin of Manwolf.
Wow. Somewhere in Australia, Mad Spidey's a little upset.
There you go. Congratulations, Cat fan. Those books are coming out to you.
Great selection there.
Cat fan. Comics Man. All right. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for coming on out this episode of Only Slabs. I didn't upload the next who's coming up next week image. It is Timo Hana Comics.
Yeah, Richie's up next. Let's go.
Yeah, Timo Hana next week. So, guys, come on out and support. He's a huge supporter of comics curing cancer. Can't wait to have him on with us again as well. So, everybody, until next time, make sure you collect what you want. Don't listen to any of us, especially me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.